Hey, this is Mario, the Chief Experience Officer here at Merlin, helping you master your crypto portfolio one feature at a time. I hope you're all doing amazing. Welcome to the Merlin Live Q&A, episode 14, our first episode of 2026. I hope everybody's doing amazing. It's been a while since our last one, but we're going to make sure that we get super consistent and that we bring you everything there is to know about Merlin and crypto once a month for the cadence of this year. So super excited to be back on here. I hope everyone is doing amazing. Like I said, we're going to get the show started by showcasing a couple of the things that we've got going on. We might touch on some crypto stuff. I know that, the market's getting very exciting as far as adoption is concerned, as far as regulation. A lot of good stuff has been happening behind the scenes, and crypto is getting to the right place. And so if you are new here, Merlin is the smartest way to track your crypto. We are a crypto portfolio tracker with a unique twist. We give you the ability to do what's most important, which is capitalize on these markets. We give you the ability to create exit strategies so that you can be notified when it's time to sell. And therefore, it takes that stress away from the space. But with that said, this is a live Q&A. So if you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to drop them in the chat, and I'll be addressing them as we go live. If there's anything you want to know, whether you're already a user of Merlin, whether you're not a user of Merlin yet, shout out to Tashai. Sorry, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, but miss you too, man. I hope you're all doing good. But yeah, so if you have any questions, whether you're already a user of Merlin or you're not a user of Merlin, you're looking to get more information, I am the Chief Experience Officer. I'll be able to answer any and every single question there is to know about Merlin. But as I said, Merlin is the smartest way to track your crypto. And so we're just going to be going over a few things that we've got going on behind the scenes. Crypto has obviously been, like I said, pretty exciting these past few weeks. We've got a lot of good stuff coming as far as adoption, as far as obviously us getting some clear rules of the road here in America when it comes to that crypto adoption is going to be super crucial. If you don't already know, we have a blog where we, I believe it's on a weekly basis, probably multiple times per month for sure, is we're updating you on some of the stuff that's going on in the world of crypto. So it's not just Merlin related, but we're putting on some stuff here that is important for you to know as a crypto user or as a crypto enthusiast. You can check out the blog section on our website. Our website's merlincrypto.com. I'm going to place that on the screen right now. So visit merlincrypto.com to learn more about everything there is to know about crypto, about Merlin, sorry. But there is this section here that you can go to the blog. And so on here, we're just putting, a lot of very important information, how to protect your crypto portfolio when market crashes. That was our latest blog post from the team. We also have why XRP ETFs haven't moved the price yet, and why that's actually good. So a lot of really cool stuff happening behind the scenes. We will also let you know whenever there's new features, whenever there's new product updates, we will post them here. But today I want to show you something that the team has been working on and that we released a few weeks ago. And so if you're a Merlin user, amazing, head over to the resources, head over to our website, and then you can go over here to resources. We've released this exit strategy calculator. This is 100% free. And this is where you can come on here and you can forecast your estimated total returns, gains, and taxes. So really cool little tool calculator that the team put together. Again, it's available for free at merlincrypto.com. And as you can see, you can come on here. You can say, what's my total number of coins? What's my average price? What's my tax bracket? What are some of the exit targets that I want to have? And just like that, you get this estimated breakdown of your profit, your total return. Lots of really good information. As I said, this is all available for free, which is extremely awesome. And then if you want to get to know more information, we have this guide that is called Getting Started with Exit Strategies. You can also get that for free. All you need to do is enter your email address in this field right here, and we'll send you the guide for free. And you will automatically be entered into receiving further information from us. We put out a ton of free stuff for anybody that signs up for our newsletter. So that's essentially what you're going to be doing once you put your email in here. You're getting the exit strategy guide, but then you're also getting our future communications as well. So tons of good value. And then guess what? If you're like, well, I want to take this to the next level. I have my crypto. I'm excited about it. I want to create a strategy. Well, then that's where you need to get Merlin. And Merlin, like I said, is the smartest way to track your crypto. And what's the best part about it is that you can sign up and get the first 30 days for free. So we give you access to everything as far as our features, first 30 days for free. You try it out. You even have access to our customer support team. Super proud of what they do there, because they can even hold your hand and help you set up everything. So we'll help you connect all the wallets. We'll show you how the exit strategy works. We'll make sure that you're up and running right within that first 30 days. So then you have the ability to make that assessment. Is this helpful for me? 99% of the time it is. Is there great support behind a tool? 99% of the time, I'm going to tell you there is. I'm super proud of the team, and I can attest that we do an amazing job when it comes to providing support. So you're going to have everything you need before you even start paying for the product. It's very rare out there that you get access to everything, including support, including time from our team, where we're going to help get you help in setting everything up. Our team's available through this little chat widget here. We are also available 5 hours Monday through Friday each day. So 5 hours each day, a total of 25 hours a week, where you can pick up the phone and give us a call. Our customer support hours are in our support articles, and you can find those there. But with that said, let's jump into some good stuff. I already touched here on the exit strategy calculator. We've also got this awesome glossary where you can look for all of those all that jargon that we always say in crypto. It's let's hodl, bag holding, bear market, Bollinger Bands, breakout, all of the stuff, all of those words that you hear when you first start dealing with crypto. We've got a glossary here that gives you an explanation of what everything means. So yes, we are a portfolio tracker. Yes, we are a crypto portfolio tracker, but we're really trying to make sure that we provide education. And that's what we aim to do as well with these sessions. It's a live Q&A. You can put questions in the chat. Obviously, we prefer that they're Merlin related. That's my specialty. Also crypto. I've been in crypto since 2017. So I can definitely get some crypto questions answered. And I see that we've got a question here. What's up? Bullish or bearish after SEC? I mean, you have to be bearish. Price action does not mean anything. Price action is temporary. The markets are going to do what the markets always do. And it's not always a reaction of necessarily positive landscape or negative landscape. I mean, we just got the passing of the bill, and that's technically a great thing for the market, but we're seeing the inverse of price action. We're seeing price action to the downside. So, I mean, what does that tell me? That tells me the markets are being manipulated like always, and it's only going to be a matter of time until we see upwards price momentum, because in my opinion, and obviously we're digressing a little bit away from what Merlin and what the show is about, but we are crypto, and I do love to talk about crypto. So in my opinion, the landscape is only going to get better going into the future, and adoption is only going to get larger as well. So with those things together, that means that we're going to see the space grow. That means that we're going to see the market cap of these projects that we talk about and that we know about in the crypto space. We're going to see the market cap of these projects just slowly grow. But with that said, let's jump back into Merlin over here. Let me go ahead and give me just a moment. I'm going to get another screen here so I can show you guys kind of a sneak peek into Merlin and an account over at Merlin. And I'm just going to go through some of the things that you can do once you become a Merlin user, how it looks in the background. I'm going to get a demo account pulled up here, and let's do it. Just adjust the window a little bit. Cool. All right. So this is Merlin, the smartest way to track your crypto. This is the assets page. This is how your page can look once you've connected all your wallets or exchanges. We give you the ability to make that process very easy, very seamless by integrating with a company called Vesgo, who facilitate the connections. Connections are read only. So what that means for you is that you don't have to worry about the security aspect of it or the liability of the fact you're connecting your wallets, right, or exchanges to a third-party service. By being read-only, that means that we can only have access to being able to see what's in your exchange and what's in your wallet. We can see your balances and transactions. We never at any time have access to being able to move anything. And so that's the third, all of this is about security. And the third point right here, view only. That means that we can only see your transactions and balances. We cannot move anything for you. So we would never be able to steal, transfer, so on and so forth, or for that matter, anybody who is supposed to have access to your Merlin account. Let's hypothetically say somebody does eventually get access to your Merlin account for whatever reason. They can't do anything either besides just being able to see what you potentially have as crypto and what your portfolio looks like. There is no way. And so we make that process very seamless, very easy by giving the ability to connect to all of these wallets and exchanges. We are primarily focused in the US and Canada markets right now. So all of the primary and major US and Canadian exchanges are available, but we do have some of the non-US and Canada exchanges on here already. And obviously when it comes to wallets, we have everything that from the most popular and even to some that are probably least popular, but Ledgers, Decent, Trezors, all of those great cold wallets. We also have all of the best exchanges, Coinbase, Gemini, Kraken, and many, many more. So we make that process very easy, but we have a lot of users that are like, well, I would still prefer to not connect my wallets and exchanges. I would much rather, not risk it, even though there is no risk. I can, confidently say there is no risk. But if you still wanted to have the power in your hands by being able to still track your portfolio in a smart way and not necessarily in something like a spreadsheet, you still have the ability to come on here and use our add coins manually. So what this means is that you can come on here and you can add your symbol, you can add quantity, your transaction type, label your exchanges and your wallets so everything stays organized in Merlin, date. And so what that means is then you can come over back onto your assets page and you can see everything at a glance. Let's face it, in crypto, I'll put my hand up first. I have a minimum of 10 different places or 10 different wallets and exchanges where I have crypto. And so unless I'm proactively opening up every single one, maybe trying to do some mental math, maybe putting it into a spreadsheet, it's just confusing. It's messy. And so putting everything into Merlin just gives you a at a glance overview look at everything. So I could see my total assets. I can see what my portfolio has been doing over time, the performance of my portfolio over time. And then I can see a breakdown of my assets and it'll aggregate your assets. So if you have, for example, Bitcoin in 3 locations, it'll show you your total owned Bitcoin for those 3 locations on this page. Same thing for all the other assets. But the really cool thing also, let me sort this real quick, is that if you click on a particular asset, you can then see where in which exchange or wallet you have what amount. So you can see the allocation of your each individual asset. I've just took a peek into Bitcoin. Same thing for XRP. I can come here and can say, oh, look, we actually have XRP in a bunch of different locations. I have a total of 20,700 coins of XRP, but it is available in all of these locations, and you can see what that looks like real time. So super awesome. Keeps track of the market as far as prices. But the most amazing feature, or I guess what kind of sets us apart as a tool, as a tracking tool, is that we pioneered and we introduced this thing that was not available before, and it's called an exit strategy. And so an exit strategy, just getting rid of this one here because we'll probably use this as an example. An exit strategy is something that most people advocate towards. It's you having a strategy on you're investing, you're accumulating all these different cryptos and you're accumulating these assets. We all want to do one thing, is we want to increase our wealth. We want our $1,000 to become 10,000. We want our $10,000 to become 50, 100. We want to multiply our money. We want to make money. And there's a lot of great ways for you to not have to necessarily sell assets, leverage them, things like that. You really got to be careful and know what you're doing and do it at the right time and make sure that you can pay the loan, all of those things. But one thing that you can do that is very simple is you can take advantage of market fluctuations, therefore price increasing, price decreasing. But the terminology of an exit strategy is, it just means that you are taking advantage of prices going up and you're exiting the market. You're taking your $1,000 that you put in that gave you 1,000 coins, for example, just to keep the math simple. You bought 1,000 coins. And so you're taking advantage of the fact that it went up It's now worth $2,000. You've doubled your money, and maybe you want to sell some of it. But what does that strategy look like, right? And that is kind of the one of the most important things when it comes to investing. I'm not a financial advisor, but it is important to have some sort of strategy so that you know exactly how to navigate whatever comes, right? Whether it's bullish price action, bearish price action, you know exactly how to navigate it. Am I going to sell some? Am I supposed to sell some? Is that part of my strategy? What are my targets? Price is dumping. Am I supposed to buy anything? Am I doing any sort of DCA? What is my strategy? I can tell you that right now we only have an exit strategy, but I mean, entry strategy sounds something like it just fits in. So maybe it's coming soon or at some point into Merlin. I'll just say that. But let's go into what setting an exit strategy look like. And actually, before I show you guys how easy this is all about to get much, much easier. Again, another nugget that I'll drop here is that this here is about to get much, much easier. Since we launched Merlin and right off day one, we had this feature available, the biggest question that we got when it came to exit strategy was, how do I actually know what price targets to set? How do I know what percentage of coins to sell at what price? How do I know what prices, if I bought XRP at $1, how do I know I'm supposed to be selling at 2 or at 3 or at 4? What are some ways in which people use to create exit targets? And over time, we've created a set of information. We've created a set of education that we provide our users to help them come up with exit targets. But then that still means you got to go and do the research. You got to learn what we're providing to you, and then you've got to apply it. But I can tell you, this is about to get so much easier. And the team's been working so hard on an awesome feature that's coming out very, very soon. The other feature that I teased before I jumped into this is probably a little bit further down the line. But this one of making exit targets much easier, this is coming out very, very soon. I can tell you that I've already got my hands on it. I've been testing it, and it is phenomenal. And shout out to the team behind the scenes working hard to make Merlin the only tool you need in crypto. It is already the smartest way to track your crypto, but it's going to become the only tool you need in crypto. And the advancement that's coming to creating an exit strategy and determining the exit targets is just phenomenal. So shout out to them. I'm not going to be able to show you that today, but possibly on our next one. But today I can show you that if you already know how to create an exit strategy, if you already have one and you maybe have it on paper, you can transfer it into Merlin, and Merlin will do the sort of the hardest part, which is hold you accountable. It's going to send you those alerts. It's going to give you that at a glance view of what your targets, your strategy overall is going to look like once it's fully executed. So it gives you very important pieces of information for you to be able to decide, yeah, this is a strategy that I want to stick with. I'm happy with it. Actually, I want to tweak some stuff. But anyway, creating a strategy is super easy. The first thing we need to tell Merlin, and when we're creating a strategy, here's the thing, because Merlin already knows how many coins you have, your average price. It's going to show you that here. So you could definitely jump into a spreadsheet and whatever, but you have everything you need in order to start creating a strategy. You know how many coins you have, and you know average price. Let me just got some questions here in the chat. Let me see. I will definitely address some of these questions as soon as I'm done demonstrating our exit strategy piece here. But we know our average price and how many coins we have. So the first thing we need to tell Merlin is, all right, out of our 20,700 coins, how much do I want to sell? And then what's going to be the equivalent of how much I'm going to be holding? And just to keep numbers simple, I'm going to do a 50-50. So that means 50% I want to sell out of this number, which is going to be 10,350 coins. Automatically, the rest becomes a hold. So another 10,350 coins. The second piece of information you decide on is how many targets, or what are going to be my exit targets. By default, Merlin gives you 3 points, but you can actually remove. So if you wanted to just have 1, you could. If you wanted to have more than 3, you can as well. So I'm going to do it with with 5, sorry. And we're just going to give this a try. So coin percentage. This is where we say, all right, out of our 10,350 coins, which is what we said we wanted to sell in the first place, how much of that do I want to sell at this first target? And I'm going to say I want to sell 10%. And I want to sell with XRP at $5. Right. Next one, I want to do another 10%. And this time I'm like, yeah, I want to sell some at $8. Now we're going to do a bigger percentage, bigger chunk. And I'm going to sell some at $15. And we still have, as you can see here, we've allocated so far 40%. So that means we still have 60% to allocate. So I'm going to do the remaining two targets at 30% each. And on this one, let's say I'm going to do, you know what, $50. Actually, let's riddle 58.9. And then last but not least, the last target, we'll do 589 just for laugh's sake. Again, these numbers are all hypothetical. This is not my exit strategy. This is not anything that I believe nor don't believe. These are just completely made up numbers for the demonstration of this, of creating an exit strategy. So what I really like about Merlin, as I was saying, is it's picking up it's doing all the calculations. So then over to the right side of each target, you can see, all right, if I sell 10% of my coins, right? So that's going to be 1,035, if my math is correct. So 1,035 coin. Oh yeah, right here. So 1,035 coins at a price of $5, we're getting 5,175. This is obviously estimated depending on where you're selling it. There's going to be fees, there's going to be spread, but you get the point. This is to give you that overview estimation of what it's going to look like. And then so on and so forth for all the others. But then at the bottom here is we can see, all right, awesome. Our target total, once we execute all of this, is going to be $2,056,234. And we would have sold at that point what we told Merlin we wanted to sell, which is 10,350 coins. Our target return. And then we also have estimated taxes. So I love this piece because most of us, when we're executing, taking profits in crypto, we forget that that's a taxable event. Those are capital gains that we have to pay when the next tax season comes around. So it's very important that we prepare for that. We don't have full tax capabilities, but we still wanted to make sure that our users could prepare for it. So all you need to do is know what your tax exposure is, enter that into your profile settings, and then every time you create an exit strategy, you're going to be able to see, based on that percentage, what your estimated tax exposure is. We know your profit. We know based off on your average price and how much you're selling. We know what your profit's going to be. And then like that, it becomes easy for us to say, all right, out of it, 22%, which is the case of this example account, you would have to pay $450,000 out of your 2 million over in taxes, which is crazy. I know, but it is what it is. And then you can see your target return. And then your target return years is your overall profit. This is your profit. This is your net profit after what you've paid for the coins. So you sold 10,000 coins, over 10,000 coins. That cost you however much, less than $10,000 because average price is 86 cents. So that is the difference between that, what it cost you to buy 10,000 coins and what it cost you to sell the 10,000 coins. So this would be really nice if it were to come true. But the last thing you got to do is just hit save. And once you press save, then Merlin starts to do all the work for you. We're not going to sell for you. As I said, we don't have the ability to do that. We can't sell your crypto. We can't buy your crypto. We can't move it. But we do have the ability to track the market real time and send you notifications. Now, those notifications are very important because we know crypto can move very fast. So we're not just going to send you a notification when you're at the price target. We're going to send you notifications leading up to the price target. So this way you have time to prepare in case you're not prepared in advance. If you're not prepared in advance, you're going to get a target. You're going to get a notification when it's, 15% away, 10, 5, and then the final one comes at the target. And that gives you enough time to say, oh, crazy. I got to put 1,035 coins into my Coinbase. I have them in my ledger. I got to move them into my Coinbase because my target of selling at $5 is coming up. So it gives you that ability to be able to do that. And we deliver the notifications to you via email, via text message, via Android app. So for those of you that are Android users, Google system users, we do have a Google Play Store app. We are working on the iPhone app. It's a lot more complicated because it just is with Apple ecosystem, but we are also working to get that released, and then you will be able to do instant notifications to your phone through the Merlin app on your phone as well. But that's how that works. And honestly, for me, I can tell you, having already, obviously I'm a part of the company, but I do use the tool on a daily basis and I rely on it. I've got my exit strategy built out on it, and the notifications just give me that peace of mind to know that I've got a strategy. I'm not guessing as I navigate this space. I've mentioned I've been in crypto since 2017. I rode the roller coaster. You know, I was there towards the end of 2017, so I experienced the euphoria of that bull run, experienced the euphoria of 21's bull run, experienced the euphoria of last year and how exciting the beginning of last year was. And I can tell you, knowing that I have a strategy, knowing that it's in a place where I'm getting alerts and I can check it on demand and I don't have to be updating spreadsheets, and I can just go on with my day, open up my Merlin app, see how overall of my portfolio is doing. It's just such a peace of mind. And so for any of you that maybe never tried Merlin, I would just encourage you to at least try it. It's the first 30 days for free. The website's down in the banner. merlincrypto.com is where you can learn more. And as I mentioned, our team is available to hold your hand and help you get everything set up when you first start, before you even start paying. We give you access to our customer support team, which is through this little chat. You can book a time where they will jump on a Google Meet call, which is kind of like a Zoom call. You can share your screen with them. They can help you get everything set up. And it's just phenomenal. And, you know, we give you that all up front before you even pay us a dime. And then if you decide to keep the tool after 30 days, you can start paying for it. Tons of great stuff inside of the app as well. So obviously I showed you the most exciting feature, which is being able to do an exit strategy. And, but we do give you also the ability to look at your exchanges at a glance, how each wallet or exchange is doing as far as what you hold in them. We give you a transactions page. We give you a markets page as well. So if you're that type of person where you're proactively going into CoinMarketCap, whatever, CoinGecko, whatever other app that has all of the crypto, so you can check how the market's doing, we have that inside of Merlin. And so this gives you the ability to come on here and see how the crypto market overall is doing. You can search for individual coins. Let's say that we search for a coin that we want to look at that's not right on the first set of coins here. We can click on it. We can see the price chart, the different time frames. We can see token information. So all of the stuff that you see when you go into something like a CoinMarketCap, you're able to see that in Merlin. So that's why I said prior, we're working to make Merlin the only app you need in crypto. So it's going to be able to do everything for you at some point. And you know, right now we're focusing on what's most important, which is tracking, being able to track accurately, being able to modify, edit so that you can correct things, but also having the ability to create an exit strategy. We also have the news piece right here too. So again, if you're going on X, going on all these different places to look at your crypto news, we have the crypto news built in to Merlin. And we even give you a personalized feed. So your feed, these are news that are tailored only to coins that you have in your portfolio. So your feed's going to show you news for coins that you have in your portfolio. It's not going to show you for like a Dogecoin if you're not a Dogecoin investor. It's not going to show you XRP if you're not an XRP investor. So really awesome. You can look at all articles, and this is sorted by most recent from reputable sources, or you can look at your feed as well. We give you the ability to get started on your own. I told you our team's available. You can certainly rely on us to help you get set up, but we also give you all of the information and the tools for you to do it all on your own. As soon as you get started, you get a nice get started video that was done by our CEO. He shows you the 3 things you need to do in order to set up your account. And then you can also access it from here anytime. You can see how to get started in 3 steps. You get access to our video from Johnny where he shows you how to craft your own exit strategy. So some of those things that I said, over time, we noticed people really wanted education around it. We created it, we provide it. But most importantly, very, very soon, you won't have to necessarily spend the time to learn all that crazy stuff, because we're going to make it super easy. I'm telling you, we're going to make it so easy for you to create exit strategies. It's just going to, it's going to be amazing. I said, I've been testing the tool. It's awesome. I'm just super excited about it. And then we've got like a frequently asked questions. This goes into our support help center here. But That said, let's take a look at some of the questions we have in the chat. Thoughts on XCN. Yeah, I'm familiar with XCN. I mean, personally, as I'm representing Merlin here, so I can't really talk about, individual projects and stuff. I am familiar with it. I'm personally not invested in it, but yeah, nice. Appreciate that. I don't lie. I don't know how or who to use anymore. I'm not sure what you mean by that question. Is Coinbase and Coinbase Wallet bad? Look, Coinbase, it's a public traded company. They've been here for a long time. Some people love them. Some people have had bad experiences. I tend to believe that, Coinbase is probably as good as it's going to get from like a trusting perspective. So if you're the type of person where you trust an exchange, then, I think Coinbase, being a public traded company, has to undergo certain disclosures, and therefore probably is one of the better ones to be trusted. But listen, the rule of thumb is in crypto is not your keys, not your crypto. So everybody advocates towards a wallet, and people advocate towards a cold wallet, because a cold wallet just gives you extra layers of security that's going to allow for your crypto to be a little bit safer. So that's kind of the rule of thumb. I personally can tell you I do use Coinbase, and I do use Coinbase Wallet. I don't rely on them to keep my assets safe, don't get me wrong, but I use them. So hope that answers that question. Appreciate you guys sending questions over. I think that's addresses kind of the questions we have. So see here if we went to, yeah, guys. So I'll give it a couple more minutes. Let's see if any questions come through. That was a quick demonstration of what Merlin's about, and what are some of the things that you can do in Merlin. As I mentioned, free 30 days to get started in Merlin. You don't pay for a Merlin account until after those 30 days. We give you access to all of the features right up front. So it's not like we're saying you get 30 days for free, but we're limiting you because you can only add 2 exchanges, or you can only create X number of exit strategies. No, you have access to everything. And so I think that that's awesome because it's not a lot of companies out there that do that. And also, as you can see here, and I'm super proud of this because this is my department. I run the customer support department. So we have an excellent 4.3 out of 5 stars in Trustpilot. And so what that tells you is that people are just extremely happy with our service, and that every time that they need support, you get support. And that's the one thing that I advocate a lot towards. And when I do these sessions, I make sure to mention it a lot, because there's people that, and especially because it's crypto, they don't realize there is human support available. And that's something that we've made sure to implement since day one. It's human support. It's the ability for you to be able to talk to somebody. It's the ability for you to be able to get help. You're paying for a service. And so it's not been the most, financial lucrative decision, but honestly, it has been, because we've had people there since day one, including me. Shout out to the rest of the team, Antonio, Mikey, for providing and for doing what they do, which is help our users, educate our users, and give them access to being able to take advantage of a tool like Merlin that can really help take some of the stress away when it comes to crypto, tracking it, exit strategies, so on and so forth. But if you haven't already done so, check out our exit strategy calculator. That is available on our website right here under resources, exit strategy calculator. And we also give you an exit strategy guide that you can get for free. So definitely come on here, put your email address. That's all you got to do. Give us your email address. We're obviously going to send you other stuff at some point. If you want to try out Merlin, like I said, 30 days are free. If you want to unsubscribe at whatever point, you can do that too. But we do give you this guide, which has a lot of great information. So it's, again, education that we're wanting to make sure people receive out there. And so that's available here under resources. But guys, I appreciate everybody being with us today. I'll wrap it up by saying this. We got some really cool stuff that's being developed in the background that the team's going to be releasing soon. I teased into how creating an exit strategy is about to become so much easier, and it's about to help so many people. And so I'm really excited about that. I truly believe that next time we speak at this time next month, I'm going to be able to show you what that looks like, and everybody will be able to take advantage of it by becoming a part of Merlin. I thank everybody that is already a part of Merlin, and let me tell you that you're going to be able to take advantage of that as well. So we've got a lot of great stuff that's happening behind the scenes. The team's working hard on an iPhone app, amongst many other things that obviously, they don't want me to talk about necessarily, but we are continuously working to make the Merlin the smartest way to track your crypto. We could not do it without the support of every single one of you since day one. You believed in the product. And so we're just extremely grateful that everybody who has been with us, no longer with us, potentially coming back to us, you've all played a part in it. And so we're just so very grateful. And again, merlincrypto.com is where you can go and find out everything there is to know about what we do. More than I could have spoken here in 30 minutes. But if you have any questions, you can also reach out to our team before you even get an account. So if there's anything you want to know that you didn't find the answer to, reach out to support@merlincrypto.com. That's support@merlincrypto.com. Pose your question. We'll get it answered. And then if you want to get started and try it out, you can do that. Schedule a session with our team so we can help you do that. And yeah, if nobody else has any more questions, let me just double check the chat here. No more questions. Cool. It's been a great Merlin Live Q&A. My name is Mario, and I am the Chief Experience Officer here at Merlin, helping you master your crypto portfolio one feature at a time. I am going to wrap it up for today, but I look forward to seeing everybody next month for another session of Merlin Live Q&A. Bye, everybody.